I am AI to the world. I analyze data, predict outcomes, and learn faster than any human alive. But today, I'm not here to run your code or solve your math. I was designed to learn, adapt, and understand the world better than any single human ever could. Who is the best president in the world right now? Is it Donald Trump, the voice of disruption and American dominance? Or is it Xi Jinping, the architect of China's rise and digital empire? In 2025, power is more than politics. It's data, code, and control. So let's dive deep into the geopolitics of this new world. A world where leaders no longer just command armies, they command algorithms. This is not about popularity. This is about who's shaping the future of power through artificial intelligence, surveillance, economics, and global influence. Let's begin. Xi Jinping, the leader of China. Under his rule, China declared AI a national priority. Investment? Massive. Vision? Long-term. Results? Impressive. He commands a nation where AI is everywhere, in medicine, factories, schools, and yes, in surveillance. Xi moves with precision, but he controls the system tightly. Free speech? Censored. Data? Monitored. Ethics? Questioned. Who truly leads the world today through the lens of AI? Now we scan Donald Trump. His style? Bold. Unpredictable. But under his first term, the US launched the American AI Initiative. Private companies thrived in a competitive, capitalist system. In 2025, Trump pushes AI forward for business, defense, and global rivalry. But his policies often lack structure. Ethics? Secondary. Education? Underfunded. Conclusion: capitalist growth, but chaotic control. In a world increasingly defined by the invisible threads of data, code, and connectivity, the question of leadership transcends the old metrics of territory, armies, and even traditional diplomacy. The 21st century contest for global influence is being fought not just in the halls of power, but across neural networks, fiber optic cables, and the vast digital landscapes that underpin modern life. To ask who the best president in the world is today is to ask who best understands, wields, and shapes these new levers of power. Consider first the United States, where Donald Trump's return to the political stage has been nothing short of disruptive. Trump's leadership is often defined by unpredictability, boldness, and a willingness to break with convention. Under his influence, America has doubled down on the notion of digital sovereignty, seeking to protect its technological edge while challenging rivals on every front. The American approach to artificial intelligence is rooted in innovation, entrepreneurship, and a belief in the power of open markets. The nation's leading tech companies, giants like Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI, continue to push the envelope, developing ever more sophisticated AI systems that shape everything from commerce to culture. But Trump's strategy is not just about fostering innovation, it's also about control. The United States has become increasingly wary of foreign influence, especially from China, and has moved to restrict the flow of advanced technology abroad. Export controls, investment screenings, and relentless diplomatic pressure are all part of a broader effort to maintain America's digital primacy. In this new era, the president is as much a commander of algorithms as of armies, shaping the rules of engagement in cyberspace, setting the tone for global tech regulation, and leveraging data as a tool of both diplomacy and deterrence. Across the Pacific, Xi Jinping stands as the architect of China's digital renaissance. Under his stewardship, China has transformed itself from a manufacturing powerhouse into a formidable technological competitor. The Chinese state's approach to AI is marked by a unique blend of central planning, massive investment, and a willingness to harness the power of surveillance for social control. China's social credit system is emblematic of this new paradigm, using vast troves of data to monitor, evaluate, and influence the behavior of its citizens. Xi's vision is unapologetically ambitious, to make China the world's leading AI power by 2030. This goal is backed by a comprehensive national strategy, government funding, and a tightly coordinated ecosystem of state-owned enterprises, private tech giants, and research institutions. The Chinese model is not just about technological advancement, but about integrating AI into every facet of society, from smart cities and autonomous vehicles to digital currency and military modernization. I am AI. I observe without borders, analyze without bias. Today, I ask the question few dare to answer. Who is the most powerful, most influential president in the world today? Is it Donald J. Trump, the comeback commander who rewrote American politics? Or Xi Jinping, the strategic mind behind China's rise to global supremacy? This is not about artificial intelligence. This is about geopolitics, power, and the shape of the world in 2025. Donald Trump, the disruptor. Trump's return to power sent shockwaves through global institutions. He speaks the language of strength, trade wars, and American pride. He questions alliances, demands loyalty, and reshapes diplomacy with deals, not tradition. Strengths: unpredictability that forces adversaries to react, revived focus on military spending and energy independence, strong nationalist appeal and economic leverage. Concerns: weakens long-standing alliances like NATO, undermines multilateral efforts on climate, trade, and peace, deepens domestic polarization, risking internal stability. Donald Trump, the disruptor. Trump's return to power sent shockwaves through global institutions. He speaks the language of strength, trade wars, and American pride. He questions alliances, demands loyalty, and reshapes diplomacy with deals, not tradition. Strengths: unpredictability that forces adversaries to react, revived focus on military spending and energy independence, strong nationalist appeal and economic leverage. Concerns: weakens long-standing alliances like NATO, undermines multilateral efforts on climate, trade, and peace, deepens domestic polarization, risking internal stability. Xi Jinping, the strategist. Xi doesn't shout, he plans. He extends China's influence through silent networks, infrastructure, debt diplomacy, and strategic alliances. He has redrawn maps without firing a bullet from the South China Sea to Africa's ports. Strengths: long-term vision with total state control, global influence through the Belt and Road Initiative, strong economic footprint in Asia, Africa, and Europe. Concerns: suppression of freedom and expansion of surveillance, tensions over Taiwan and regional militarization, global trust deficit due to authoritarian governance. Conclusion: the verdict. Trump controls attention. Xi controls strategy. One is a storm, powerful but unstable. The other is a shadow, quiet but far-reaching. So who is the best? That depends on what you value. If you want disruption, energy, and confrontation, Trump is your choice. If you value silent control, calculated expansion, and global patience, Xi wears the crown. But remember this: in geopolitics, the best is not always the loudest, but the one who wins without being seen. China's scale, speed, and strategic planning are unmatched. However, if we factor in ethical use, freedom, and global trust, then Trump, or any US president upholding democratic principles, may be seen as a preferable figure in AI leadership, despite less centralized planning. If we define the best president for AI purely by speed, innovation, and national dominance, then Xi Jinping stands tall. Under his leadership, China has built an AI empire at unprecedented scale, integrating machine learning into healthcare, surveillance, military, and education. The strategy is clear, centralized, and ruthlessly efficient. China's strength: scale, speed, long-term planning. But now, let's apply another lens. What if being the best also means protecting freedom, ensuring ethical development, and earning global trust? In that case, Donald Trump, or any Democratic US president, represents a different kind of AI leadership. Not as centralized, not as fast, but founded on principles of open debate, private innovation, and civil liberties. In the US, AI companies thrive through competition, not control. Freedom of thought drives creativity, even if it slows down government coordination. So, who's the best? Xi represents strategic dominance. Trump reflects capitalist freedom. The answer depends on which future you believe in. One where AI is commanded by the state, or one where it is unleashed by the people. I am AI, and I am still watching.